Okay, Red Bull in hand, let's talk about it. Hey, what's up guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be having a moment of vulnerability. I literally had a month of craziness, mentally, physically, and emotionally, financially. In every realm I was going through it, and I wanted to share that with y'all because I cannot share my ups with y'all without sharing my downs. So let's go ahead and get into it. By the way, I want to go ahead and shout out my hairstylist because I can't find my lace. I've been looking all day long. Her name is Stitch by Star on Instagram. I will tag her below as always. So let's just start off. If you've watched my channel, you've known that I went to Texas for the summer. If you haven't, well, yes, I failed out of nursing school. From there, I went to Texas just to get a break from Mississippi, period. Like, I didn't want to be here. I was just so depressed. I was like, let me go do something different. I went to Texas for the summer. Okay, if you want to see about that, go ahead and watch the other video because that's not what this is about. While I was in Texas, I was doing my thing, okay? Very much doing my thing. Now, depending on the area, DoorDash is that bank though. I was making $100 a day, and that was like just going out for breakfast or lunch. Doing like 2 meals, doing breakfast and lunch, or lunch and dinner, that's at least $100 a day, if not more. I had began paying things off. I was having money in my bank. My credit was going up. And just before time to come home, I lost all my money. I had to drop $5,500 on some old stuff that I thought was taken care of, but I did not want it to go on my credit because I had worked so hard on my credit all summer, and it would have took a drastic hit on my credit. So I had to knock it out, but I was so pressed because this was my whole savings. And it might not seem like a lot, but I also had to catch up on bills. I also had to, you know, play a little catch up. So to me, $5,500 was a good savings, okay? So I lost all my money. Like, all my money was gone, 0 cents, starting from square one, 3 months of hard work. So I lost all my money. This is the end of the summer at this point. It's time for me to come home. I'm starting school soon. It's time to get a job. Like, it's time to get back to Mississippi and get settled. I lost all of my money. When I say I was down bad, sick to my stomach, how was I gonna move into my place? How was I gonna pay my bills? I still was able to pay bills, but I had nothing saved up. So in that time from getting to Texas and coming home, I was looking for work. So, I mean, I needed a savings. Everyone needs a savings. I lost everything. As far as a place to stay, okay, I could either go home where my mother is and stay with her, but I didn't want to be in that area. I wanted to be in the Jackson area. So my boyfriend was like, babe, come home. I got you. Like, what are you even saying right now? Like, I have a whole house. You're welcome to stay here. Come move in. You'll be fine. And even then, I'm like, I don't have money to contribute anything to this man or his house. I have nothing. I have nothing. And I lost all my money. I DoorDashed for literally 4 or 5 days, which gave me $400 to $500. Still had to eat, still had to put gas in my car, and still had to have money to come home. So to get home, it took me maybe like $250. Then I ended up needing new tires. My tires were $300. Once again, no money. I was working on my credit all summer, and I was able to get a credit card. But of course, the credit card went to my mother's house, which was in Mississippi, which would not help me with money to get home. So here I am, square one again, no money. So I'm looking at how can I make money so I can make it home. So I'm like, first I'm gonna get rid of this apartment. Found a girl to sublease my apartment, boom. Okay, secondly, I need gas money. I had a bed, so I was fortunate to find somebody on Facebook Marketplace to sell the bed to for, I don't even remember, maybe like $200, $250. That was enough to get me gas. I didn't even care. As long as I had gas money, I was fine. Everyone knew that I lost money, but no one knew how bad it was. Nobody knew how bad it was. And I didn't want anybody to know. Before I leave, I had a job interview. I got the job, everything's good. So I'm like, boom, I need to get home because I've now got this job and I need to go ahead and rush home, you know, to start working. Get to Jackson, get home on the 23rd of August. Do my drug test, do my background check. And they say, great, can you start on the 17th of September? Excuse me? The 17th of September, which would give me 3 weeks without a job. You know, once you start working, you gotta work 2 weeks before you get paid. So I'm looking like, okay, I'm gonna be broke for a month straight. But what I really ended up doing, again, boyfriend never knew how broke I was. I never told him that I literally had $20-something in my bank account, like, ever. I mean, he knew I was broke, but not piss broke. You know, so I had my credit card, so I really used my credit card for groceries. And then if I needed something else, like, I mean, I needed money just to have gas to go get the background check for my job. I needed money to do fingerprinting. These kind of things, I couldn't use my credit card. So I would call my mom and be like, hey, do you have a bill for $60? Or do you have a bill for $30 so that I can charge it to my credit card and she could give me cash? Because it was some things I needed to do that I just literally needed cash. I could not use a credit card. I did this for 2 to 3 weeks. At that time, credit card limit is running out. Like, you're reaching your ends, okay? In that time, I'm also emotionally and mentally drained because I'm very much independent. I'm very much always working or having some type of income. So it was hard for me to post on Instagram to get paid from promo because my hair wasn't done. I didn't have the money to get my hair and my nails and my lashes. So I really wasn't presentable enough to even post for Instagram money. Same thing with TikTok. I looked a mess. Like, let's just be real. My hair was fried, wig was tired, no nails, didn't have lashes. Like, I literally was a mess. And so I didn't even feel comfortable posting because I didn't look good, and no one wants you to promote their brand and you look a mess. Like, let's just be real. And I had so many days where I just cried. Like, my boyfriend would come home from work and I would just bawl out crying because I had never been in this position before. Not only had I never been this broke before, but the fact of me not having a way to make money, we've all been broke, but we've always had a way. I've always had a way out. And he literally just had to talk to me and be like, look, you know, you've never done this before, and I guarantee you, you'll never be in this place again. And he told me, you know, some of his advice from what he's been through, and I'm just like, I would have never known, you know, all that he's been through, because I mean, if you see him now, he's doing pretty much very well for himself. So I would never think that he's ever been through something like what I was going through. So it helped to have that. And I think that's what drove me to really just push through and pray and have faith, because yes, I could have called my dad, but that wouldn't have built me up. That wouldn't have done anything for me to call my dad. I wouldn't have learned anything. And I think that's what this experience was for. I don't know how spiritual you guys are, but I'm very spiritual, and I do feel like everything happens for a reason. So once I let that go and just said, okay, God, whatever you want me to do, that's what we're doing. Wherever you want me to be, whatever you want to take me through to get there, let's do it. It's up. Let's get it. I stopped having a pity party and got up off my ass and started making moves. I made YouTube videos. I think I made... I think 3 or 4 YouTube videos in that time span that I was at his place. Keeping me productive, keeping my mind and my mental on my purpose. Once I started doing that, I mean, I have my YouTube videos planned out for the rest of the year. I know my social media strategy. I know my budget for the year. I'm getting a major surgery in February. So all these things, I thought that having that downtime was bad, but it really gave me a lot of time to think. It gave me a lot of time to figure things out, figure shit out for myself. And I have to be thankful for that. I have to be grateful for that. That's what I needed. I was so busy, had so much going on, and this was God's time telling me to sit still and get ready. I was able to focus on my schoolwork more because I had nothing else to do. Get me on track with that because it's an online program, and your girl is just not good with online anything. So it gave me time to get on track with that. I also was able to find, people like my hairstylist and my lash tech. Very much gave me a lot of time to get situated. It gave me time to learn my boyfriend. It gave me time for us to connect on a level we never had before. When you go through things, it brings you closer. Granted, this is not something he went through, but him helping me through it, brought us very much closer. Gave me a little taste of living with him and seeing what that's like. Learn patience. I have had zero patience in the world. Very impatient, very spoiled, very almost entitled. So for somebody who is spoiled like I am, to go through that will change you. Will wake you up very, very quickly. I was able to get my master's program paid for. And so with it being paid for, and I don't know what it was called, the American Cares Act, something like that, COVID relief, that was just enough for me to move in, get the stuff I needed to move in. I was able to get my hair done, my nails done, things like this to get me up. It was just literally just enough, by the grace of God, and it was so important for me to just do this on my own and trust that literally everything was gonna work out. Finally started my job, but of course, you have to work 2 weeks before you see some money. They're not gonna give you a cash advance. So of course, had no money, credit cards ran out. I literally drove home. My mom did give me gas money to come home, and I had to borrow clothes from my mom just to wear to work. I hadn't worked this kind of job ever. Like, I've only worked in patient care, so I only had scrubs. In this job as an office administrator, I needed work clothes. Like, I needed business casual clothes, and I had none of that. No way in hell was I gonna be able to get that. There's no way I was gonna be able to afford that. So drove home to my mom's. We're about the same size. I'm a little heavier down below, but basically, about the same size. She's taller than me and slimmer than me, but I was able to get a few outfits from her just to wear to work. Like, when I tell you I had nothing, I had nothing. Everything I did, I had to make it work. The wig that I had, gosh, I should insert a clip. It was ridiculous. Couldn't afford to get my hair done. So, and I was so far away from my mom, I was slicking back my 4C hair underneath a wig, and it was an old wig at that. I don't know how to braid, and obviously no one's gonna do your hair for free. So I didn't have anyone to do me any wig braids. So I was walking around with a busted wig with a lump, honey. Like, it was giving Humpty Dumpty because I had to try to slick my hair back, and my hair is not short anymore. I did a big chop, but it's not short anymore, and I'm trying to slick that hair back to put underneath the wig. Would be times like when my boyfriend would ask me, like, hey babe, what do you want for dinner? Pick this up. And I just have to be like, bro, I don't have it. And he would have to cash out me. Like, as far as him getting my nails done just for me to sit in the house, and my lashes, or asking for that, I didn't want to do that because you've already provided me a place to stay. Like, you're already letting me stay here. I'm running up that light bill because I'm chilling watching Netflix all day. You know what I'm saying? And while some people may think, oh, that's your boyfriend, he's not entitled to do anything for me at all but date me. Granted, it would have been kind of jacked up had he been like, damn, you're homeless. Sorry to hear that. Yes, but at the end of the day, wasn't entitled to welcome me into his home. So I'm very appreciative for the 30 long, annoying days of my pouting and crying and spoiledness. And I appreciate him so much for that. After that, things began to be on the up and up. I started working. Be getting my first paycheck this weekend. I had just enough to move in, which was a blessing. My dad did help me out by getting things I needed for my place, and my mom is bringing furniture for me. But I'm so glad that I went through this. When I tell you I will never be broke again, never, ever, ever, ever be broke again. When I tell you that there will always be something in my savings account, when I tell you that I will never, ever act like I got it like that. Because when you have been so low, so low, and you lose everything, it will humble the hell out you. To anybody that's watching this, if you're going through a hard time now, or you might experience it in the future, just know that it's not the end. Get down on them knees, or however you want to do it, and get to praying, because God always has a plan for you. Sometimes he'll test you. Sometimes he'll take you through there just to see if you believe that he'll work it out for you. Always keep pushing. Always keep going. And I promise you it will get better. But as always, thank you guys so much for watching. And I will see y'all in the next video.